So I've sold 2,200 notes just in the 10 packs. Wow. Now, how many 5 packs have we sold? 200, there's another 1,000. So we've sold 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 of these already today. Now, you're going, what is that? I'm a nervous sort. And so the whole time that we've been selling this, I've been just folding this up, okay? I've just been doing this. I've just been going like, and like I said, that is the durability. It has transaction ability.
So little ones, children, birthday parties.
Yes.
No problem.
Absolutely, no problem. I mean, you know, now if you have scissors, you could cut through it. I mean, It's still, you know, but that is solid. Now, of course, this is the way you want to keep it, okay, is ultimately what it comes down to. Oh, by the way, and I do want to say this, even if you buy the 5-pack, we give you 5 individual sleeves to put these in. Okay, they come in plastic sleeves.
Okay, we don't have those out here.
I don't have them out here. I don't know why I didn't bring them, but yeah, they come in plastic sleeves.
Okay, now the 10 notes has sold out. You're going to see that on the screen in just a moment. It'll say, you know, are these on wait list? No, I guess not.
Well, here's the deal.
No,
if you notice, if you do
out.
the math, the 5s are really just half the price of the 10s.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? There's a little extra shipping and handling, but with Buy More and Save, you're already ahead of the game there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I think it's only about $1 more for 2 5s than a 10 is ultimately what it comes down to.
You can save with your Buy More and Save.
Yeah.
So 5 notes, $89.95. We're looking at 2 flexible payments of $44.98 to get it at home. You've got Lady Liberty in all her glory in 24 karat. Now, what was that, Rocky?
Yep.
$250 left in the single. So the single is going to go, we think, before the 5. You know what? It's
and I have no substitute for the single. Okay, we got 250 singles. That's it. Okay, that's it for the singles.
I mean, I just think it makes such a great gift. If it's a wedding, if it's a birthday, how many times are you trying to get a gift for your uncle, your brother, somebody, and you're like, they have everything, but you want something different. You want a conversation piece. This is a conversation piece. This is something tangible that you go 24 karat. I remember when we used to sell little pendants that they had the 24 karat gold floating in it. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Back in the day, the little flakes. Rocky's like, I remember. That was more than what we're presenting now.
Remember, and what were those, like $200, $300?
Honestly, I don't remember, so I feel bad.
But you have this right here. You have a little tiny itty bitty flake of gold that's like $80 or $90 or whatever. Or you've got a sheet of gold. And like I said, if you've ever been to a gold leaf factory in like Milan or something like that, you can do that. But if you went like this, you'd tear it. It would go with the wind. So what we've done, because of the proprietary technology with the polyethylene, and understand it is assayable. And by assayable, I mean, you know, you can send this into an assayer. They will literally melt it down and you'll get your little bit of gold back. And they'll tell you exactly, and people ask me, so what exactly is this? 100 milligrams of gold is what this is, okay? 100 milligrams of pure 24 karat gold is in each and every one of these. Folks, the ones are about to sell out. All those, oh, that's the one I want to look at next, Rock, if we can just take a quick look at that. Yeah.
Look at
this. I got a brand new thing for you, Robin.
Okay, here we go, 086603. I just want to clarify so no one gets it at home and goes, what? This is not spendable cash. It's not, right, Mike? Just to kind of clarify for everybody. So it's not legal tender. But we're going to move into, but it is 24 karat gold, which we love. Okay, coming up in about 20 minutes. This is brand new. I can't wait to get my hot little hands on this.
I designed that myself. It is exclusive to HSN. I absolutely did. A 1/4 pound of pure proof silver in an exact design of a $500 bill.
Wow. So that's coming up. I've never had a $500 bill in my wallet. How about you? But for $149.95, this is a true collectible piece. So you want to stay tuned for that. Then we also have our 2009 Presidential Dollar Error coin set. Now, Rocky, can you refresh my memory on how many we have left here? Because I know we gave a sneak peek of it. We do not have thousands of these to go around. When it comes to rarity and collectability in the world of coin collectors, we love to get error coins, and we only have a little over 100 of these to go around. And this is the missing edge lettering. That's what makes this so unique and distinctive and rare and collectible. So still to come. Stay tuned, 513471, if you'd like to start ordering now. All right, we also have free shipping. Listen to me, that really made sense. Free shipping on any clearance purchase of $75 or more, and that is for Labor Day weekend. That resets every single day, just to clarify. But if you want to shop clearance on hsn.com, please do. Now, and also while you're there on hsn.com or your smartphone, you can download the HSN app. That gets your order in like that, because we lit the lines up on fire with those 24 karat notes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is. It's
I've already got
so much
2 of these
fun,
sold, okay? And the reason is is basically every time we sell this, I got a pretty good quantity of these, okay?
You do, and we're going to show how many are left. There are only 155 of these to go around. We do not have many. This is a half a century of proof sets. From 1960 to 2009, we're taking $200 off. It was saved just for the set. Mike, we're going to need a month to get through this because there's 331 coins and all of the original government.
And here's what's up. We're going to spend a little bit of time here, as we always do, when I have these. I've not had these for about a month and a half or so because they're difficult to get. And one of the reasons, one of the things when we do that and we spend so much time with it, people kind of get settled into listening about what we're talking about, okay? Listening about what we're talking about. And they wait and don't buy until the very end. That's problematic. Because what happens is when everybody gets in at the very end, like I said, there's only 155 of these to go around, okay? There's only 155 of these to go around. So actually 154. We already sold 3. So here's what it comes down to. You're buying coins like a coin dealer buys coins right here. And people always ask me what I mean by that. The United States proof set, they've made the United States proof set since 1936. It's one of the single most popular sets ever released by the United States government and is eagerly anticipated when it is released each and every year. The problem is this, is prior year sets, of course, sell out pretty dramatically, pretty quickly, and so on and so forth. What I have here is 1960 all the way through 2009. 2009, folks. So I've got 50 years. So ultimately what I've got here is I've got original 50 sold out original United States government issued proof sets for less than $20 a piece. For less than $20 a piece. Now, if you want to buy the set today from the United States government, 2016s, that's going to run you the better part of, I think it's about 50 bucks. Wow. I think it might be $42.95 plus $5.95, so 47 or 48. Okay. But it's not 20. Or 30 or 40, okay? I mean, it's significant. So I am selling you 50 sold out proof sets for less money than what you can buy the 2016 or 2015 or 2014 or as a matter of fact, if you want to buy the 2010, the very next set, I think I have them on hsn.com for $199. Or the 2011 for $199, or the 2012 for $299. So the next 3 sets after this is $300, $400, $500, $700. Wow. For the next 3 years. Or the prior 50 years for $999. Less than $20 a set.
Kind of not really a choice, huh, Mike?
Yeah, it's kind of really not a choice. So now let me explain to you what I mean by buying this like a coin dealer. The key to proof sets is very simply this. Not a single one of the coins in this collection was ever made, intended, or released into circulation. They're available exclusively in these sets. See, proof is not a condition, but a method of manufacturing. See, these coins are made differently. These are presentation coins made expressly and exclusively by the United States government, intended for collectors. All right? Intended for collectors. So, and starting in 1968, it's basically the only way to get San Francisco minted coins. So let's say you are a Kennedy half-dollar collector, and you want the first 46 years of Kennedy half-dollars in proof condition. The first 42 years of the Kennedy half-dollar from the San Francisco Mint. There is one place and one place only to get them, and that is out of these original sets. Because it's the only way to get an S minted, because since 1968, the S Mint's basically only made proof coins. So they don't make many coins for circulation. So it's really one of the only ways to get these coins. So you have to break them out, and you can sell them individually. Now, you said there's 337 coins, right?
Yeah, 331.
331. Now, if you look at this, that means that you're paying about $3 a coin, correct? But I have an actually advertised catalog here, and so what I want to do is I want to start looking at the Kennedy half-dollars. And remember, if you're paying $3 a coin, and what I want to focus on is the best of them, obviously. I'm just spilling, I got things all over the place here. I'll get those.
Okay.
I have notes, I keep notes. And so when you look at this, these right here are the 5 rarest Kennedy half-dollars in this collection. And they're not really $3 a piece. So if you start here in 1994, if you would buy this coin individually, and many people do, it's $22.50. And the 1995 is $46.50. And the 1996 is $27.50. And the 1997 is $39.50. The 1998 that's in there is $32.50. The 1999, this one right down here, the 1999 is $36. And they just keep going. You know, the 2011 $50, $10.50, $42, $23. The 2012, what is that coin? Or the 2009 rather. That's where we stopped. The 2009 is the 2008 Kennedy half dollars, $45.50.
Wow.
For this coin right here. So at the end of the day, this is what I'm talking about. The Kennedy half dollars in this collection are $749.65.
Just the Kennedy
Just
half
the Kennedys.
dollars?
Now, remember, the 60, 61, 62, and 63, these are Franklin half dollars. These are proof Franklin half dollars. They're in the catalog at $56 a piece. There's 4 of those. That's $225. If I add that in there, you're basically $999.95 on the half dollars in this collection if you would buy them individually. And more of them are bought and sold individually than they are in these sets.
So this is a sensational value.
That's the value right there.
Right.
Just for the half dollars, which are the most popular. However, there are plenty of other additional coins. How about the quarters? By the way, if you're a state quarter collector, if you look at here, these are where the state quarters start in 1999. This is a complete collection of state quarters going all the way down to 2009, which is the territorial quarters. If you go to hsn.com, I sell that set of 56 quarters in a nice little red oak presentation box.
$449?
$449. Customer pick, by the way.
Right.
With about 30 or, I think 20 or 30 or maybe even 40 reviews. Just for the Kennedy, just for the quarters in there. As a matter of fact, if you add up all the quarters, that's another $735. By the way, there's going to be 2 or 3 years of presidential dollars in here in proof S-mint condition, another $120. The Sacagawea golden dollars, the first 10 years of proof Sacagawea golden dollars, another $200. How about all the Eisenhower silver dollars that have been made in proof by the United States government? They're all going to be in here. The Ike's over $200. The dimes over $200. The nickels over $200. And indeed, the pennies are over $200 on a coin by coin by coin basis. As a matter of fact, when you add them all up, coin by coin, you're just about $3,000 if you would buy them individually. And people say, yeah, but I want to try to buy them as a set. The other issue is good luck finding them as a set.
Right. Because most coin dealers will break these open and sell them individually because the price of the coin individually far outweighs the entire set.
Why wouldn't they?
Right? Why wouldn't
Sure.
they? Yeah.
So you're $20 a set. So let me do this. This is the 2009 set. Understand, not each one of these is a set. That's the set that you're paying $20 for. Okay? Those are all the 2009s.
So that's one set.
That's one set.
Now, year.
So you're paying $20 for that set. That's the last year of issue. Now, if you look at these are the Lincoln cents, okay, that are done in solid copper, that are only done in this set. $13.50 a coin right there, folks. So that's $55. Remember, you're paying $20 for the set, $55 there. The presidential dollars in there, $8.95 a piece. I'll call them $8 a piece. That's another $32. We're about $80 now. $12.95 a piece. There's 6 of those, another $75. Now we're almost, and by the time the Kennedy half dollar, the 2009 Kennedy was, I think, silly money. And then along with the SAC and all those. So you're basically coin by coin about $200. So why would somebody sell it to you for $20? Okay, that's it. It's almost $200 for those right there. I'm going to put those.
So that's why we don't get to see these a lot, right, Mike?
That's
because it's hard, it makes it harder and harder to find it because coin dealers and those of you that are selling them individually on other sources are breaking them open.
We do it.
Yes.
See these state quarter proof sets?
Right.
I'll bet you I've opened up the better part of 500,000 of those sets.
Wow.
Because that's the way we've sold them. I want to do something. Would you mind holding that real quickly?
Sure.
I want to show you this right here. I'm going to do something fun. This is the original United States government issue proof set that you're going to have right in here, okay? This is from 1960, okay? I love this. The way they used to do is they put a stamp on it and they just mail it to you. I love the return address. Treasury Department, United States Mint. I guess just return it to the big building with all the money. Okay? And they do it. So this is the set right here. This is the set right here. So here's the little slip that they put in there. Your U.S. proof coins. Now, these are 1960, okay? So these coins are almost 60 years old now. It says, your U.S. proof coins have been carefully inspected before release. If, I'm going to go back over here. Sooner or later, your proof coins may show evidence of oxidation. We have chosen materials and methods of packaging that we hope will delay this, but we cannot assume responsibility for that oxidation. Please do not ask us to make exchanges or adjustments. And there she is, Miss Ray Beaster, who's the superintendent of the Mint. Additionally, your proof coins have been carefully inspected. I love this. If there should appear what may seem to you, clearly you're an idiot. I mean that's what the Mint is saying. I hate that. A defect or a scratch. It is no doubt a crease in the polyethylene-coated cellophane in which they're encased. We tell you both to save this. We tell you this to save us both unnecessary correspondence. That's what passes for customer service in 1960, folks.
We've come a long way.
We've come a long way. I can promise you, there are what may seem to you. If it may seem to you that there's a problem, it probably is. Yes. But we've pre-inspected them, and of course, any correspondence is encouraged, and of course, we will give you whatever set that you want. So to make sure that it's good. Now, here's what I want to do.
But it's so much fun that you get all of the original government packaging. So I mean, that's part of the collectability. That's part of the rarity to be able to get it at home on price break with that $200 off. These are extremely limited. We do have a clock up on the screen, about less than 8 minutes to go on this set or sell out. Every single time we have proof sets, it takes us a long time to get them back in stock, Mike, because they're getting harder and harder to put together.
I talked to a friend of mine not that long ago who's been in the business even longer than I have, and I've been in the business 30-something years. Well, Lewis has been around probably 50 years he's been in the business. And he said he anticipates, as do I, that this will become one of the single most difficult to get. He says proof sets are disappearing because we open them up. So here's a 1960 proof set. There is now one less. There is one less 1960 proof set. Like I said, people have been doing this for years and years and years, and I do this for a specific reason. Because you look at that and you go, yeah, it kind of looks like all the other coins that are out there, right?
Nothing better than proof.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Look at this coin. That's what that's why this coin individually, this proof 1960 Franklin $half, that's why this sells for $56.50. Look at that coin, and that's what every coin in every one of these packages is going to look like, folks.
It's stunning.
It is stunning, it is amazing, and they are mostly sold individually. Now, we are starting to get to this point in the program where people are starting to call in. Like 2 minutes ago, we had about 8 of these sold.
Right.
We now have 30 of them sold, okay, in like 1 or 2 minutes. So I'm gonna put this up here. Remember, I started with about 100, almost 160.
Yeah, and we have our left counter up on the screen, Mike.
So I want to do, oh good, so 129. It's very, very important because I don't have 130. So now I want to do this, and I want to talk about value once again. So the Franklin $half are $56.50 in the nationally advertised catalog. The quarters are I think $29.75 because they're silver as well. And then the dime right here is basically I think $17.95 with that and then that. So basically you're $100 coin by coin for the first 5 sets because you have the last 4 years of the Franklin and the first year of the Kennedy in solid silver. So you're looking on a coin-by-coin basis of this literally being $500. Wow. If you would buy these coins...
And that's the first how many?
That's the first 5.
First 5.
First 5 is going to be $500 coin by coin, actually a bit over. And then we go back...
you still have how many left?
Well, remember the 2009s? They were $200.
Wow.
So now we're $700 for the first 5 in the last one. We go back to the 2008. This is one of my favorite ones. This little end, the 2008, is this one, and this one. This is $46.50 right here for the 2008 Kennedy. This part of the lens right here is almost $100, okay? By the way, the single most valuable state quarter in proof condition, $45 for the Hawaii. You're almost another $200 for the 2008. So if you take the last and add in the 2007, so if you take the 2007s, you basically go the first 5 and the last 3, you're at your $999. And then you have all the stuff in the middle. How about all the proof Eisenhower dollars that are in the middle right here?
How much did you say those were?
Oh, they're like 27 bucks a coin. Over $200. I want to show you this. And we're going to have to get close, and I'll try to be as steady as I can. I apologize in advance. This is a 1985, or 1975 and a 1976 set. The only way you can tell is the dime, the penny, and the nickel. Okay, because the bicentennials are going to be in the 75 and 76 set. What I want to show you is this, however. They are different. If we can get in close on the dollar, where it says dollar there, look at the L's. See how this one's kind of fat? See how this one's kind of skinny?
Oh, yes, there is. I see
Type 1
it.
and Type 2. They are two distinctly different coins. You're also going to, that's right, 27.5 bucks a piece. Remember, you pay $3 a coin. These guys right here, you know, they're a little easier, about $9.75, you pay $3 a coin. These are about $7.75, you pay $3 a coin. When you go through and look at all of these Kennedy half dollars, you pay $3 a coin, but the retail value is on average $20 a coin. As a matter of fact, the price of the Kennedy half dollars, basically on a coin-by-coin basis, is the same price as you're paying for the set. So it's like buying all the Kennedys and then getting all the other coins at no additional cost or charge. Now here's where we're getting to, like I said, this is where all of a sudden we start getting very, 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 very busy in the phones. Because the other thing is, if you look all the way down at the bottom, if you can, all the original government packaging goes with this as well. These are all the original government boxes, all the original government certificates of authenticity, all the other original government stuff all comes with this. That's what these boxes are up here as well. Now, Robin's got a certificate of authenticity there as well. So if you look at all these boxes up here, and I want to show you, look at the 2007 set. I mean, it was just monstrous because you have you had the dollar set, you had the regular set, there's the certificate. Look at it, and I want to show you the certificate on this thing is just monstrous because look at all the coins that were in it, because that represents all the coins, so you're going to get that. Now, one thing if we can, and we showed you that before, remember we had like 129 sets or something remaining?
No, we had 150. Oh,
but
we
showed that. Yeah, we just showed that a minute ago. And I said, remember, it's starting to get busy, and we had 127 cents, look at that, 96.
96. And everybody kind of watches to absorb the value, because, Mike, what did you say the total value was of?
Just about $3,000 bucks, coin by coin, if you bought them coin by coin.
And you were to break these open individually coin by coin, nearly $3,000. So that's why our customers kind of wait. They see all the coins that are coming included. You're getting 331 coins, all of the original government packaging. You are really getting something that is a piece of American history. You get it at home. This is a collector's edition. This is something that will become an heirloom. It will take you the 30-day money-back guarantee to really see everything that's coming in this set this evening. And we do not get to see these that often because, as you heard Mike say, what's happening is coin dealers are breaking these open because of the individual value based on the individual coins. So this is really a treat to get them. Mike cherry picks them. You and your team work hard, months and months and years on end, to really be able to get these sets this large.
This is like, my partner who primarily does this feels like Sisyphus, who's you know, the Greek god, you know, that always, that's always trying to roll the...
It's like, where you pulled that one out of your hat, I have no idea, but that was good, Mike.
Well, it was either that or I was going with the sword of Damocles, one of the two. Because it's a constant reminder. He never has enough, and we never can find them, is ultimately what it comes down to. Now, someone was just saying, they were saying, Mike, I know they're like $3,000 coin by coin, but how about set by set? I go, yeah, you can buy them set by set and save off the $3,000. The problem is people don't sell them that way. And the reason is see this, like I said, this is a $20, we're gonna charge you basically $20 for this set. Packaged by the US Mint, and there's the mint seal that's like on all of these. We have far more people on the phone right now than I have sets available, and they may be buying something else. I'm gonna give you about an extra minute from the clock to try to catch up, if you can. So you look at this, so this is $20. But if you look in the catalog, this is $46.50 for this. The penny...
What's this? What is it?
This coin right here, the Kennedy half dollar.
Okay.
So you're $15. This coin's $46.50. This coin's $17.95. This coin's like $19.95. This is over $100 for these 5 coins. Because if you are a Kennedy half-dollar collector and you want a 1995 estimated Kennedy, it's the only place to get it. One last thing, as this is what I'm going to take the last minute. If you'll notice, the United States government did not make any proof sets in 1965, 1966, and 1967. Anybody that does sell you collections of these proof sets will oftentimes say we're not including them because they don't exist. The government didn't make them. They did, however, make sets that they intended to take the place of the proof sets. And in 1965, 1966, and 1967, they made what were called special mint sets. People don't include them because they're even more expensive than the proof sets that follow them. That's another $200 coin by coin or $150 coin by coin value for those 3 sets. We include them. There's a placeholder for every single solitary year. Folks, I've got 6 dozen sets remaining. 6 dozen sets remaining, 30-day money-back guarantee. You put the whole thing together. It's one of the great items. Nobody sells more proof sets, vintage proof sets, than us here at HSN.
Well, and when you think about that, I mean, that's a statement. And you have comfort in knowing that for over 20 plus years, we have been here at HSN just with our coin collector, really presenting these. This is a treat to take advantage and get $200 off the price break. You know, quality assurance along with HSN and Mike Mezak and his team have really cherry-picked the best of the best. You get all of the original government packaging coming included. You get the certificates of authenticity as well. 128929 is your item number. We will let you know when these are completely sold out, but temporary price break. That's not for the life of this item. So that price break does expire. Take advantage of the $200 off. 331 coins, by the way. Okay, now this is already, we gave this a sneak peek. Rocky, how many did you say have been sold? Close to 100 of these have already been spoken for just from that sneak peek. Now here's what we're looking at. A $500 bill design in silver. Mike, is this solid silver?
Yeah, pure silver. A quarter pound.
Oh my God.
Of pure silver. I know you're.
I'm so excited. Okay, so that's coming up after the break. You don't want to move an inch because you don't want to miss that. And I believe we have a limited quantity of those to go around at $149. Actually, what was the price on that? Stay tuned. It's coming up.
Hey, if you got a minute, let me tell you about the most comfortable microfiber sheets that we've ever found in today's Quick Buy. The Concierge Collection microfiber sheet set brings the relaxing luxury that I know you've been dreaming about right into your own bedroom. It'll be even harder for you to get out of bed every single day. The elastic band actually fits perfectly snug around the edges of your mattress. That keeps your flat sheet in place. It truly is the perfect sheet. It's also machine washable, which is great. It comes in fantastic colors that'll match absolutely any decor. No wonder it's a customer pick. They tell us that these sheets are so silky smooth, it's like giving your body the royal treatment every time you get in. If you want to learn more about the Concierge Collection microfiber sheet set and to see other great buys, log on to hsn.com/quickbuy.
Being a chef is the best job in the world. You can actually make people happy through food. The true goal of the Simply Mean collection is bringing all my experience of cooking for the last 30 years to you at home to make you realize that anyone can do this. And it should not be a task or a job. There's pleasure involved in making food. You'll be amazed how easy it is to be a chef.
Chef Ming Tsai, Friday, only on HSN.
Good evening. I have a question for you. Have you ever had a $500 bill in your wallet?
Mm-hmm.
Stop bragging.
No, but I sell them.
I did ask him. That is true. Our crew
Just go to
said.
hsn.com. You can buy
Do we
one.
sell a $500 bill?
Absolutely.
Well, I've never seen that, and I have certainly never seen a $500. Actually, it's not a dollar, but in 4 troy ounces of solid silver. In solid silver for $149.95. This is so exciting. It is brand new today, and we do not have many to go around. Just from a few sneak peeks, already 100 of these have been spoken for. We have 4 flexible payments of $37.49. For those of you who collect precious metals, come on. This is one of the coolest, Mike.
Yeah, how about that? So what I did is 4 troy ounces, so a quarter pound. That's what I did, quarter pound. I did it in proof, because if we're gonna do each one sealed, that's individually sealed.
Okay.
So that's still Robin. We're just trying to keep Robin out of the seal there. She's trying to
touch.
get now. But here's the interesting part. So I had 10 of these. Okay, so we sent in 2 for the salmon. I was going to bring the other 8 in. I don't know where my wife has hidden them.
Oh, she took
But they're
them.
gone. They're out of the office now. So I don't know where
Annie
they're
is
going.
she's smart.
Yes, she is.
She's very smart.
She's very smart.
That's why you married her.
Yes,
Come on,
indeed.
and she's gorgeous too.
Yeah,
On
indeed.
top of that.
Yes, all of those things.
All
of those things.
I would have taken him too.
Yeah, right, exactly. And so what they did, and so what I decided to do is, look, one of the things that we've done here at HSN is we sell lots and lots and lots and lots of silver.
Sure
Okay?
we do.
And people say, well, how much silver do you sell there? I go, tons. And they go, well, how much is that? I go, I mean, tons. I mean, literally thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds of silver. They go, what? I say, I literally sell thousands of pounds of silver here, okay? So that's what we've got right here. Okay, that's what I've got right here is the 4-ounce solid silver bar. Now here's the thing.
Show the back.
I designed this. Yeah, I want to show the back because I love that.
I do
Because
too.
that is called. Look at the reverse on that. This is an exact and faithful replica of a $500 bill.
Right.
Isn't that
That's
spectacular?
right. Yes.
But done in a quarter pound of pure silver. But done in a quarter pound of pure 99995 fine silver. Isn't that spectacular? I just absolutely love it. I amuse myself sometimes because I'm the one, like I said, I designed it. Now, the other part of this is this is absolutely
Look at our
exclusive to
fingerprints.
HSN.
Look what we did to the
Yeah, I know,
fingerprints.
everybody's.
I'm sorry.
That's why I still have one sealed up here. Okay, this is the way it comes to you, by the way. Okay, they come nice sealed. They're beautiful.
And I was trying
sealed.
to open it, but it is sealed.
It is sealed. Yeah, those are ultrasonically sealed.
get
So
in
you're
there.
because when we did a proof bill, I did it on purpose because I mean it's a beautiful design.
Yeah.
It's an absolutely
And you
stunning.
can't get this anywhere. Oh, you could hear that. That's good, Mike. You can't get this anywhere else, right?
No. These quarter pound, and I said I want the quarter pounder of silver is what I'm looking for right there, and that's what we've got now. Already 100. Now I want to put this into perspective. So we've just sold 140 of them here, just like that. So at 4 ounces a piece, okay, a quarter pound, so that's 560 ounces of silver. It's 30 pounds. We just sold another 30 pounds of silver just like that. Now, I want to talk to you about one of the reasons why HSN is one of the single most popular places on the planet to buy silver, okay? And here's why. Because if you've gone out there to buy silver, and if you've been following along, silver this year is up about 30 or 40%. And you haven't missed it, okay? It's still about 40% of its highs from about 6 years ago. So at the highs, this would melt for over $200, okay? At the highs that it was at, melt for over $200. But then you've got the design, you got the collectability. But here's the deal. So you see that, people say, call for a, what is the deal? They call for a kit. Talk to an advisor. And it's like, I don't want a kit, I don't want an advisor. And then so when you get the kit and you get the advisor, they kind of interview you, I guess, to get you your price. And your price is based on how many you buy. Our price, I give you my best price. This is our best price, $149.95. Not gonna be any better. This is as good as it gets, right here. You got our best price. Quarter pound, 4 ounces pure silver, 1/4 pound of pure silver in that. Here's the other part. So then you wanna go buy the silver. And you say, okay, what I want for the silver, I want to use a Visa. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's 6%, 7%, 8% extra. So now that's the extra.
So many questions, Mike.
Yes, so many questions. And so that's what they want to do, the silver. And I said, okay, well, I'm finally going to do that. You add in all those things, da-da-da. Okay, now, of course, I want a 30-day money-back guarantee. They go, what?
Yeah.
What? I don't even know what you're
And I'd
asking
like
for.
flex pay.
Yeah, no, I'd like flex. I'd like 4 flexes. So in other words, I'd like to just
And I want to take it home now.
That's right. I want to send you $37.49, and I want this.
Right.
Okay?
That's
and so I
not-
want you to send it to me, and then I'll send it the other, we'll do the other payment. And they're like, and that's when they just either, if you're in the store, they call security, and if you're on the phone, they just hang up on you.
Aw.
Instead,
We're not gonna hang up on you.
We won't hang up on
No.
you. Well, we've solved that. We made it easy. We give you FlexPay. We give you 30-day money-back guarantee. Use any credit card you want, and our lowest price per ounce right here, right now, it's just like that. It's that simple. It's that much of a deal. Now, 200 of these basically gone right now. 200 of these gone as we speak. Hundreds of folks on the phone. So, like I said, very cool design. And that's why I said I wish I knew where Annie put those. she's over with the young lad at a hockey tournament, so I couldn't get in touch with her. I go, where are all the silver bars? But as you can see, proof-like, so you can see. Look at that beautiful design. Isn't that wonderful that we've done that?
That mirror reflection.
Fine silver, as you have right there. And look at this. I love all of these things that you have here. 4 troy ounces, solid silver that's going to be in each.
What an unbelievable gift for anyone.
Goodness.
I mean, think about what we spend, whether you buy them a $50 or $100 gift card for a restaurant or to go to the store and go shopping. I mean, this is something that you're attaining and you're getting, and they're going to go, oh my gosh, where did you get this? This is something that they are going to keep for a lifetime, or something that is going to be passed down, because it is that bar. I mean, when you look at this, 4 troy ounces of solid silver. It is spectacular. And then you're getting it on 4 flexible payments of $37.49 if you choose. You always have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If maybe you've already picked up, wow, that was a big pack. This is all together. The 24-karat notes, and you've already paid your shipping and handling. Every one thereafter you purchase is going to be half-price shipping and handling.
So you get this shipped for $250.
Exactly.
How good is that?
How good is that? Oh, look, Mike, I'm ruining your stuff here.
That's okay.
Hence, you don't let me touch.
Not the first time.
Oh, I'm leaving now, or the last.
Now look at this. 239 sold, folks. And once again, exclusive to us here at HSN. You can't buy this anyplace else. This is unique to us. The quarter-pound proof $500 silver bar. I absolutely love that. Isn't that spectacular? I'm going to turn this to the side because I want you to see how thick that is. That is pure silver right there. Quarter-pound. 250 of these sold, as you can see. Extraordinarily popular. And why wouldn't it be? Of course, I think it's extraordinarily popular because it's just one of those things. I mean, who doesn't want to own silver? And who doesn't want to own it in this great design like this? Solid silver, pure silver. And then you've got, of course, it's all sealed, ultrasonically sealed, so it keeps that beautiful proof. Look at that beautiful proof
Did it take
finish.
you a long time to design this?
No, not really.
No?
I mean, we had a $500 bill, and we said, make it do that.
Make it
Make it look like that. So, yeah, for me, it was relatively easy. I'm guessing there's somebody that put a lot of work into this.
I'm sure. Oh, is it mimicking just a perfect $500?
It's a perfect $500 bill.
See, now I would not know that because I've never had a $500 bill.
Like I said, I don't know. If you go to hsn.com, will you search $500 or $1,000 bill? We may have some
And I didn't even know McKinley was on the $500
yes.
bill. I
Grover
would have lost
Cleveland
at trivia.
And Grover Cleveland on the 1,000. Yes.
Oh my gosh, the things we learn in Coin Collector. But this is what makes it so unique. This is what makes it special. This is what now all of us can own a $500 bill design in silver, in 4 troy ounces. This is why this is that precious metal. It's collectible, it's rare. You are getting something that when you get it at home and you just feel it and you feel the weight, Mike, I mean, you're gonna be wanting to come back for more. I can't promise that there'll be more in stock when Mike is back. Mike, are we able to get more of these in once these sell out?
I'll do my best. Here's the problem: is silver has gone up pretty substantially. Okay, and it's gone up substantially from when I bought this. So, okay, there we go.
Oh, this sold out? Nice.
I told that. They kind of always do.
I told you so.
Yes, that's right. Once again,
just
not
like
the
a
first time
little
we've
boy
seen
on
that.
the playground.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look at that. Well, I mean, it just happens. Yeah. Check that out.
He does. How long have you been doing this, Mike?
I've been doing this for
I know the answer, but I'm having
27 years now.
27 years.
Yeah, 27 years on television.
On television.
I've been collecting since
you were a boy.
Since I was 40.
Yes.
For 40 years.
For 40 years.
No, actually longer than that now. It's 45 years.
45.
I've been collecting since I was 45 years I've been collecting,
It's a
so I'm
passion.
older than that.
It really Why do you make me laugh? And then I get in trouble because I can't get it back together.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's why I like working with Mike, because there is a true authenticity. There is a true passion for what he does, and I think we can all see that. We can see the excitement. He really helps us understand exactly what we're buying, what we're getting, and this is a treat. So 4 flexible payments of $37.49, also available. Over 1,000 have been spoken for. Now there's now only the 1 and the 5. Mike, pick a bill, pick any note.
500, yeah, 5. So we have 700 notes left. We had...
No, there's less than that. I thought he just said...
Well, but that's if I count the 5s as 5. There's 700 actual notes, okay? There's 200 singles and 100 5 counts.
Okay,
that's
I'm going to pull one out. I hope, are you going to get a
So we started with 1,000 of those. Well, I just have to recount all those,
okay,
the 500 that are in there.
I'll slide them back in.
That's okay. No, that's fine. And so when you look at that, we started with, I think what was the original quantity was 6,700 notes.
Wow.
So we've sold 6,000 notes so far.
Okay, so really quickly, this is a proprietary process, and this is actually 24 karat gold. The 1 note is $19.95, and the 5 notes are $89.95. Final call out on these, 086-603. Now for Labor Day, here, look, Mike, I'm putting them back in. Now for Labor Day weekend, okay, you do that.
Yes.
We have free shipping and handling on clearance, so be sure to check it out. Once you've spent $75 or more, you get free shipping and handling. All kinds of great stuff on hsn.com, and while you're there, be sure to check out our coin collector on hsn.com. Some things are so limited we never have time to get to. We'll be right back.
There's so many things to love about HSN, but one thing that makes shopping here fun is FlexPay. Get it home now without the stress of paying all at once. Why pay full purchase price today when you can pay over time? Buy what you want now, pay it off later with your credit or debit card. FlexPay. It's that easy. Exclusively at HSN.
Hey, I'm Tori Johnson, and I'm the Deal Hunter. Every month, Deal Hunter brings a range of products. Beauty, jewelry, home, limited quantity, limited products at unbeatable prices.
Wait until you see the deal that we've brought exclusively to you.
Deal Hunter is a great opportunity for me to introduce the HSN viewers to a whole new line of products. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss these deals. Watch me on Deal Hunter this Friday at 10 p.m.
I'm just sorting through the 5-ouncers here.
The 5-ouncers.
The 5-ounce
Mac
silvers.
Daddy of all National Park coins is now available. This I can't even remember the last time we've seen this, Mike, or if we've ever presented it. Actually, it's saying brand new today.
Yeah, we've never sold the White Mountains.
And we only have 119 of these to go around.
By the way, we started this morning with 240.
Really? So you pre-sold a lot.
Yes, we did.
And this is 5 ounces of silver.
Okay, I have several of these, and I'll get to all these.
Did you put the little mini? Okay.
I'm about to. Not the mini, the regular quarter.
I know, but it's
I know it
mini.
looks like a mini now. This. Very quickly, let me do this, because I've only got about 4 minutes here. I've got 119. I'm going to sell these out. We've sold thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of the 5-ounce America the Beautifuls. Here's what this is.
How many?
If you look, thousands and thousands and thousands. And if you look right here, it says 999 fine silver, 5 ounces. The United States government started making these 5-ounce coins. They started making these 5-ounce coins with the America the Beautiful series in 2010. We have a set of the 2010 5 coins certified. It's $5 grand basically, $4,800, almost $900 plus a piece.
Yeah, I
they
think
have
Rocky
continued
can find
to
that
make these.
if it's still on hsn.com.
That's exactly right. If it's there, it might be sold out. We have sold like the Shawnee Mountains. We've sold 10,000. We sold 10, 15, 20% of the mintage of a lot of the modern issues. What I was able to do, though, here is get a back issue. This is a 2013. This coin has been sold out for years. I've never sold it even in 2013. Today is the first day, and I can promise you right now, the only day to date that I have these, because I started with 245. I've got 114 left. And Rocky, it might be important for us to keep a left counter on this, because they are not replaceable. That is the number. It's a firm quantity that I just simply cannot, there's 113. And they're going very, very quickly. So if you bought the Shawnees, if you bought the Cumberland Gap, if you bought some of those, well, good luck with that. If you bought one of those, you want to add the White Mountain. I had some Gettysburgs last night. From 2011. In 2 minutes, I sold 80 coins.
Wow.
We had the Olympics from 2011. Sold out last night in about 4 minutes. I had about 90 coins. I've only got about 100 of these coins now left to go around. As you can see, they are going very quickly. By the way, you see a 2.5-minute clock there?
They're not going to make
I'm going to tell you right now that the last minute of that clock, we're going to pull it before that. So about an hour, or about a minute and 20 seconds is all I'm going to do, because these will sell out. Now, once again, you get 5 ounces of silver. And I'm going to go through all these coins, but you get 5 ounces of silver, folks. But that's not the key value. I know it's a lot of money. In silver, over $1/4 pound, okay? 5 ounces pure silver. I can find 5-ounce silver bars you can pay $189 for. But the key is the rarity as a coin. Okay.
Well, and it's so much more fun to get this size.
Understand, by law, they can only make a maximum of 120,000 of each one of these coins.
Oh, really?
Which basically makes it as rare as almost every silver eagle the government has ever made. The only thing that comes close is the 2011 reverse proof American silver eagle. They did 100,000. And all these are basically all rarer than that. Those are my fingerprints, yeah.
I know.
They're all rarer than that. And if you look at those, that coin, with the same basic mintage, we sell for $1,100. This coin just happens to have 5 times as much silver. Okay, so what's our next one?
And you are getting the little clear sleeve, just as a little FYI.
Which one? Sorry.
Is the Bombay hook. Bombay hook.
Which I had one time.
We've got 60 left of the Bombay hook. It may be less now, but we'll double check.
And so we're going to do, just give me 2 minutes on the Bombay hook, would you please? 2 minutes on the Bombay hook. So these are 2,000. As you can see, this was the first, one of the last ones in 2015. Now look at the price I've got on this
50,
one.
50, Mike. I was wrong. 50 left.
Well, we had 80.
Oh, so
29 sold just like that. Because this is by far the lowest priced one that I have at $169.95. Okay, and in all honesty, what I can promise you is there's a mistake in that. That was supposed to be, I think, $189. I'm almost certain, but you still get them. Still get 5 ounces of silver. Still sold out, limited edition, $169.95. I've got 50 left of these. So we're going to go through each one of these. And we'll let you know when the White Mountain is sold out. So I've got the Bombay hook.
I go and look at fall foliage in White Mountain. So I mean, if these are kind of close to your heart like me, I mean, this is so collectible. With everybody calling in, these are nearly sold out. The Bombay hook. They all have 4 flexible payments of 4 flex of $42.49 on the $169.95. We have not seen these since May, and Mike was able just to get back in stock.
I think we had one quantity of them. Boom, they sold out. Now here's the big deal. This is the last big swing of these I have. For the next show, I'll have the brand new Teddy Roosevelts. Okay, really? I'll have the brand new Teddy Roosevelts from North Dakota.
Okay, 30 left.
Yeah, these are going to go for sure. Now, what's the next one that we have? Cumberland Gap, which I've not had for a while. You can leave that out there. Yeah, we're going to do that.
I didn't see that.
Just like that. So we're going to do that. We'll announce these sellouts.
I'm lining them up, Mike.
So there's the Cumberland Gap. What do we have on the...
500.
Yeah, let's do about, this one's already a customer pick. Let's go ahead and do about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes on this. Okay, I have a little better quantity of the Cumberland Gaps because I was just able, I got my very last quantity of these. Now, when I'm quoting those 100,000 mintages, Cumberland Gap's going to be well less than that. Already sold out from the United States Mint. As you can see, a customer pick, already 22 of these gone. So I want to spend a little bit of time here. So with 999 fine silver, 5 ounces that you see right there, okay? 5 ounces that you see right there. And so there is the Cumberland Gap. Now here's what we've got with Cumberland Gap. I want to go back to the coin part of this. Okay. These are actually quarters. When the United States government started making these in 2010 and started to release these coins, okay, and started to release the 5-ounce coins, many people didn't know they exist. They don't sell these uncirculated versions directly to the public. They only go through what are called authorized purchasers. And many people, as a matter of fact, most people, most collectors, even very experienced collectors, don't even know that these coins exist.
You mean the large ones?
These big coins like this.
Okay.
Because they've made so few of them. If you look at them, it is literally one of the single rarest sets, one of the single rarest sets of coins that has been continuous year after year after year that has ever been released by the United States government, period. So when you look at these, I think Cumberland Gap, the mintage on this is under 100,000. Some of these, the mintages are 40,000, 45,000, even 50,000. And so by maximum mintage, it's 120. If this was an American Silver Eagle, it would make it the 3rd rarest American Silver Eagle. And it has 5 times the silver. It has 5 times the silver that you're going to have. Do we have Bombay Hook?
Bombay Hook is sold
Bombay
out.
Hook is sold out. Yeah,
how many are left in the White Mountain, Rocky? Before. Okay, only about 40 left in the White Mountain. So if you want the White Mountain, brand new tonight, 40 left there.
That's 2013. That's the oldest one that I have remaining. Today is the only day that I have ever sold the White Mountain. Was
I
today.
hope my husband ordered ours.
Yeah, because I think everybody was ordering that one as well.
Okay, so as that clock dwindles down, 498, 471, you've got the 4 flex there. We're going to move right into the Saratoga.
When was the last time we sold that?
I don't have that on my card.
I think I've sold it.
No, I think that was on the previous one, Rock, don't you think? Yeah, we don't have it last time.
Yeah,
but
look at this. I have 66
left.
Yeah.
And this one's already getting 5-star reviews on hsn.com.
Yes, and so here's the Saratoga. I believe I sold this one other time. I had 500 original coins, okay? I had 500 original Saratogas. Sold through every single solitary one of them in a single airing. I actually had 95 of these coins to start with, 29 of them already sold. It looks like many of you are grabbing these, you know what I'm saying, are grabbing these while you're buying all the other coins. So when you're on there, you go, okay, give me one of each one of the 5 that you have available here, because they're so difficult, particularly those back year issues. Once again, this is 2015. This is the second to last one from 2015. I was only able to get these and sell them, I think, one time originally from its original issue. Now sold out limited editions. Like we have the Harper's Ferry. I mean, that was the last one released. I have zero
of those, right?
Harper's Ferry. As a matter of fact, I'm probably negative on. In other words, there's people who are on a wait list for those, and I just don't know. I think the government just decided that they had sold it out because they don't tell us. It's and I can't get it from the government, but I have worked with very closely with one of the authorized purchasers, and they said we just order them, and they tell us yes you have them or no you have them. They don't say anything like that. Now for the next show, be ready for the Teddy Roosevelts.
Oh, I hope
they're
I'm
going to be
with you.
very, 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 they're going to sell out quick. It looks like the quantities on these, because the government's doing other things, is very, we're down to 40, 30 of these, the Saratogas.
Okay, so this is on its way to selling out. I hope you're in the ordering process. We'll let you know when it's gone. We're going to recap. I'm lining them up at the bottom. I don't know overhead, Rocky, if we can get an overhead shot. We've got one more to get to, and that is going to be our Shawnee. Now, the Shawnee already is a customer pick. 9 5-star reviews on this coin. And this one we have a fairly, just a little bit more than we did on the other choices, but just about 400 left here to go around as well, Mike. No? Oh, okay. So with the 4 flexible payments, we're double checking to make sure here, but with the Shawnee, this is precious metal. This is 5 troy ounces. You have, if you've picked up the other previous ones, you want to be able to complete that collection. And here you can see, oh, that's a great shot. Thank you guys. Because look at how massive these coins are. If you are looking for something fun, something different, something to give as a gift, Mike, you know, because I went to the Denver Mint, Mike, I kind of had a little hookup, Mike Mezak, who got my husband and myself a tour. And of course, anyone could go get a tour. I mean, mean, of course. But we went, Mike, you know I wanted a little something to commemorate our trip to the Denver Mint. This caught my eye. I actually got the Arches. And that was one thing I was like, oh my gosh, I saw the big quarter there. And I picked it up. And that's what's going to happen to you. You're going to get these at home, and they're going to commemorate and mean something
That's
special.
why we just sold out 80 of these and 90 of these and 100 of these and 240 of these and 110 of those, because the people... Now, of the Shawnees, they made, I think, about 90,000 Shawnees. We've sold about 15,000 of them. Okay, I bought more and sold more of the Shawnees than anybody else out there, and I have a couple of hundred of these left. Okay, I've got a couple hundred Shawnees remaining at this point. It's just a truly spectacular opportunity for you to be able to get these. So I was able to get them for the very first time in quite some time. Okay, in quite some time, and that's why I was able to give you about a minute and a half on these. So a nice quantity, but look at the pricing. $179.95. These are some of the ones I had ordered before. With silver, that was pretty much my original price on the Shawnees. Remember, silver has gone up about almost 50%, 40% since the beginning of the year. My price went up about 20 bucks. Wow. Okay, so our price went up about 15%. The underlying silver in it went up about 40%. And so a great opportunity for you to get these. The most affordable of the 5-ounce silvers that I've got right there at $179, at $179.95.
So here's what we're going to do. With the final 40 seconds on the clock, we're going to start down here, and we're going to run through all the choices for you. And we're going to let you know what's left, because these are all extremely limited. If you could build your collection like I am, I would definitely do that. Rocky, how many left on the White Mountain? So I think maybe like, what, 30 left on the White Mountain. Okay, oh, look at that, 30 left. So if you'd like this, 513-452, brand new, and this is it. Now, here, Bombay, look at that, completely sold out. I'm taking it away. Now we've got your Cumberland Gap. How many do we have left on the Cumberland Gap?
Got a couple hundred Cumberlands.
Okay, couple hundred left here. Then we move into your Saratoga. My big hand is in the way. 30 left in the Saratoga. Oh, there was a double Saratoga. And then your final choice is your Shawnee. So if you would like them, the Shawnee is going to be, we'll get that item number up on the screen for you, 492126, all on 4Flex, whichever one you choose. We are going to the Hall of Fame. Maybe, Rocky, we'll have like just 30 seconds to talk about the Era Presidential. No, I really like that one.
We've been talking about them.
Okay. Here is your 2014 Baseball Hall of Fame Proof Silver Dollar. Wow, look, this is on Price Break. So we've taken $20 off. This is really one of the first curved coins from the U.S. Mint, really celebrating the 75th anniversary of the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. Mike, I imagine this must have been a difficult thing to be able to create a curved coin.
It was phenomenally difficult. It was incredibly difficult. It was amazingly difficult. I guess I'll go with all those.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with all the superlatives.
And this is the first time for this kind of packaging.
Yes, that's a brand new. We've done the packaging on this because I've got the capsule itself here, and I want to take this out because I want to show you the coin. Now, this is a coin when it first came out. Well, like I said, we're $109.95. Look at this. The only curved coin ever made by the United States government. I've got 157 of these that I can do at Price Break. And as you can see, it is a United States government issue coin, United States of America, $1. And as you can see right there, look at that. And this is the proof version. This is the proof version of the coin that you can see right there. I mean, I think it's absolutely, positively stunning that you're going to have at a price break of $109. I'm going to set this down right up here. If you don't mind, I'm going to put it right on the stand, because then I want to show you how it comes to you. It comes to you in the airtight holder that the government put it in. And then we put it in, check this little box that we've made. So it goes in there, and this is kind of a tacky rubber almost. And then when you do that and you close that magnet holds this in place, so that does not go anywhere. Nice. And it gives you an absolutely perfect view, obverse and reverse. It's just absolutely one of the coolest boxes. And these boxes, I think, are about $14.95 for the box itself. We give you that with the proof, and of course it comes with the certificate of authenticity. These are my final quantities. These are the final quantities that I've got on these on this coin. Right.
Okay, now we want to give you a few updates. The Saratoga has completely sold out. Thank you for your order letters there. Continue to call in for the other choices. Now, we can only give us a minute here because I've been talking about it for 2 hours. I really like the error coins. Mike, I'm going to let you take it away because I know we don't have much time, but this is something special, and it's brand new. You've not seen it before.
Well, here it is, the 2009, because I only had like 40 something. What do we have? They used to start with 40 or something like that. I forget what it was. We got 8 of them already sold. So what this is the complete certified set of missing edge lettering, which is a huge error. What it means is someone went to lunch and forgot to send it through the machine. Well, it has to be, because you look at this right here on the edge of the coin, and that's why they have this thing. Normally, it's going to have, for 2009, it's going to have the date, the mint mark, there'll be some stars, and then the words E pluribus unum, and every one of those is blank edge lettered. It is the entire 2009 set of presidential dollars. Now, at one point, the missing edge letterings were selling for $300, $400, $500 a piece for just kind of individual coins when they first came out, particularly the George Washington.
Right.
This is the only complete year set that I am aware of, okay, in the missing edge lettering. Everybody's seen that, okay? This is the missing edge lettering, and it is the entire 2000. So that's 4 coins. You're really only about $150 a coin there. The certification, about $120 a coin. Right. Like I said, I don't have that many. We've sold about a dozen, maybe 2 dozen of these. That's most of the quantity that I have available.
Exactly. I mean, this is really going to spark the interest of any true collector. So take advantage of this. Mike, I know this is one of your final shows for a little bit.
Last show of September.
Last show of September. So check